Elon Musk is the world's richest man and the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. He's also one more thing: Mars colonization enthusiast. Elon Musk will not stop tweeting about Mars and how humanity should move from Earth to the Red Planet. Elon Musk has mentioned his plans of taking humans to Mars for a while, and it appears his agenda isn't stopping anytime soon. Musk has always been very vocal about his Martian ambitions. Elon Musk has mentioned his plans of taking humans to Mars for a while, and has even set a timeline for it. Musk, who had mentioned colonizing Mars several times, also announced that he wants to make his own laws on the Red Planet. But what do we really know about Musk's plan on a self-sustaining civilization on the planet? Hello and welcome to Tesla Reeve. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell to get updated with technology trends. We bring you today the video related to SpaceX's plans to colonize Mars, so stick till the end. In February this year, for the first time ever, Musk specifically mentioned a timeline to get humans to the Red Planet. 5.5 years, Musk had said. While that's not a hard deadline, Musk listed a number of caveats. There's a raft of technological advances that must be made in the intervening years. The important thing is that we establish Mars as a self-sustaining civilization, he had said. The strange thing is the deadline may be a little ambitious, as even USA's leading space agency NASA had a much more different date, one which is 7 years after Musk's time. The first humans aren't due to arrive on a NASA-funded rocket until at least 2033. Humans could make the journey if technology allows, and if they physically survive it. Some of the known risks of space travel aren't simple or minor. Along with space sickness, there is radiation, high-energy subatomic particles that will pass through an astronaut's skin, damaging cells inside and out. Space travelers' bones and muscles also can weaken as those body parts no longer have to consistently work against gravity. Blood and other fluids from the lower parts of the body can accumulate in upper body parts, including around the brain. Other side effect: astronauts may suffer hearing loss. The question on why Mars specifically, and not another planet, has been the center of many compelling arguments by scientists over the years. A 2017 report in Astronomy explored how the atmosphere of Mars is mostly carbon dioxide. The surface of the planet is too cold to sustain human life, and the planet's gravity is a mere 38% of Earth's. Plus, the atmosphere on Mars is equivalent to about 1% of the Earth's atmosphere at sea level. That's not all. Mars's temperatures may not be suited for human life either. The average temperature of Mars oscillates between 35 degrees Celsius and negative 143 degrees Celsius. The average temperature on the planet's surface, too, is negative 63 degrees Celsius. How do you warm the planet up? Musk has suggested terraforming, or his own terms, nuking Mars. Terraforming or terraformation, which literally means earth-shaping, is the hypothetical process of deliberately modifying the atmosphere, temperature, surface topography, or ecology of a planet, moon, or other body to be similar to the environment of Earth, to make it habitable by Earth-like life. How does Musk plan on terraforming it, though? In 2015, Musk had suggested nuking the poles. Elon Musk explained that he could terraform Mars by exploding nuclear bombs over their polar caps. He had said that the radiation wouldn't be an issue since the explosion would be in space over the poles, but the heat released would vaporize the frozen carbon dioxide to greenhouse warming the planet and melt the water ice. Musk said his idea was to create 2 tiny pulsing suns over the regions. They are really above the planet, they're not on the planet, Musk said at the event for Solar City in New York City's Times Square. Every few moments, we want to send a large fusion bomb over the poles to create small, blinking suns. A lot of people don't appreciate that our sun is a large fusion explosion, he had said, reported The Verge in 2015. Musk's Nuke Mars agenda also had t-shirts. Musk had designed t-shirts to promote his idea to drop nuclear weapons on Mars. Musk revealed the theory of nuking Mars recently, which according to him will transform the exterior of the planet livable for human beings. The billionaire CEO was also spotted wearing the t-shirt in his appearance on Night Live in May this year. In an interview with Kara Swisher at Code Conference 2021, Elon Musk described his space plans, which included a self-sustaining city on Mars and a base on the moon for those who want to go there. While Musk doesn't have an immediate plans, and at the interview mentioned, "My goal is not to send myself up. My goal is to open up space for humanity and become a multi-planet species." He did add that, "I'll go up at some point," in the February interview where he mentioned a dateline. He was also asked if he would allow his children to go to Mars on a future rocket trip. He had responded, "If we're talking about the third or fourth set of landings on Mars, I'd be okay with that," adding that so far none of them are jumping to go to Mars. In short, Musk thinks it's possible to begin shuttling thousands of people between Earth and our smaller, redder neighbor sometime within the next decade or so. And not too long after that, perhaps 40 or 100 years later, Mars could be home to a self-sustaining colony of millions of people. This is not about everyone moving to Mars. This is about becoming multiplanetary, he said. It starts with a really big rocket, something at least 200 feet tall when fully assembled. In a simulation of what SpaceX calls its interplanetary transport system, a spacecraft loaded with astronauts will launch on top of a 39-foot wide booster that produces a whopping 28 million pounds of thrust. Using 42 Raptor engines, the booster will accelerate the assembly to 5,374 miles an hour. Overall, the whole thing is 3.5 times more powerful than NASA's Saturn V, the biggest rocket built to date, which carried the Apollo mission to the moon. Perhaps not coincidentally, the SpaceX rocket could launch from the same pad 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida. The rocket would deliver the crew capsule to orbit around Earth. Then, the booster would steer itself toward a soft landing back at the launch pad, a feat that SpaceX rocket boosters have been doing for almost a year now. Next, the booster will pick up a fuel tanker and carry that into orbit, where it would fuel the spaceship for its journey to Mars. Once en route, the spaceship would deploy solar panels to harvest energy from the sun and conserve valuable propellant for what promises to be an exciting landing on the red planet. As Musk envisions it, fleets of these crew-carrying capsules will remain in Earth orbit until a favorable planetary alignment brings the two planets close together, something that happens every 26 months. We'd ultimately have upward of 1,000 or more spaceships waiting in orbit, and so the Mars colonial fleet would depart en masse, Musk said. The key to his plan is reusing the various spaceships as much as possible. "I just don't think there's any way to have a self-sustaining Mars base without reusability. I think this is really fundamental," Musk says. "If wooden sailing ships in the old days were not reusable, I don't think the United States would exist." Musk anticipates being able to use each rocket booster 1,000 times, each tanker 100 times, and each spaceship 12 times. At the beginning, he imagines that maybe 100 humans would be hitching a ride on each ship, with a number gradually increasing to more than 200. By his calculations then, putting 1 million people on Mars could take anywhere from 40 to 100 years after the first ship launches. And no, it would not necessarily be a one-way trip. "I think it's very important to give people the option of returning," Musk says. If humans do manage to touch down on Mars, Musk thinks the momentum from such achievement will propel additional developments, such as early explorers searching for glory, gold, and spices drove improvements in space technology and global industry. Ultimately, Musk believes this kind of endeavor will bring Mars out of the realm of science fiction and transform it from a world fraught with difficulty and danger to one that humans might actually enjoy living on, including Musk. "I think that Mars is going to be a great place to go," he says. "It will be the planet of opportunity." That said, this is it for today's video. So what is your take on this matter? Tell us in the comments. If you want to see our upcoming videos, ring the bell icon, and don't forget to like our video as well. That's all from my side. Thanks for watching.